Being Pregnant After FARC Childbearing Ban by Catalina Martin Chico depicts a woman named Eurlatus. She is pregnant for the 6th time after 5 of her previous pregnancies were terminated during her FARC years. This is Eurlatus. She explained that she managed to hide her 5th pregnancy from her commander until the 6th month by wearing loose-fitting clothes. The FARC stood for the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia. This was a guerrilla group involved in the Colombian conflict, which started in 1964. Since the signing of the peace agreement between the Colombian government and the FARC rebel movement in 2016, there have been many pregnancies among former female guerrillas, many of which are living in the demobilization camps, which were set up to help FARC members transition back into everyday life. Residences of these camps are allocated small houses and may become owners. Because pregnancy was thought to be incompatible with guerrilla life, women were obligated to put war before children. They were forced to leave babies with relatives or were forced to undergo abortions. This is a charge that the FARC denies. NPR explained that guerrillas were ordered to use contraceptives, but in their remote mountain and jungle hideouts, supplies were unreliable and many women did end up pregnant. In many cases, FARC medics performed abortions in makeshift jungle clinics, whether or not the patient consented. NPR also went on to discuss how a medic is due to face charges for forcing pregnant female FARC members to drink a liquid that induced abortions. But with the FARC demobilizing, the restrictions on having children have been lifted and rebel couples are taking this time to start families. Catalina Martin Chico is a Franco-Spanish photographer and lives in Paris. Her work is part of the tradition of humanistic photography, of documentary and investigative photojournalism according to the World Press Photo. She is described as one of the rare photojournalists to work regularly in Yemen, where she has been working since 2007. She won the ICRC's 2011 humanitarian visa, and the work was exhibited at the International Visa for Image Festival that same year for her involvement in covering the Yemeni revolution. She also won the 2017 Canon Women's Photojournalist Award for her project on FARC ex-fighters in Colombia. A concept from the reading which strongly relates to this photo would be a moment. A moment in photography is described as a very important short bit of time. This photo depicts an ex-fighter for the FARC and how she is now able to bring a baby into the world after being forced to terminate her previous pregnancies due to her role as a guerrilla. It is showing a moment after the signing of the peace agreement where she is finally allowed to get her life back to normal. Here, I tried to point out lighting that is coming into the photo. Light is another concept that applies to this picture. As you can see, she's sitting in a bedroom with what looks like her partner and possibly the father of her unborn child. The room has a lot of brightly colored photos embedding, and natural sunlight is coming in from the windows while they relax and watch television. The bright lighting and colors give the audience a sense of positivity and normalcy, which relates to what they're probably feeling in these moments. She's finally able to enjoy her pregnancy and show the world without fear of having to give up her child. The beginning of a new chapter in her life where she can transition back to normal life and become a mother. Composition photography is another concept that relates to this photo. Composition photography is described as a high-value moment being captured on camera. This moment and situation is something that will forever be important in history. This is a high-value moment due to the liberation that these ex-fighters must feel, finally feeling peace and as though they can live a life of normalcy now. Martin Chico should feel proud to have captured such a meaningful and important moment in history. The reading also discussed how there is a lot more thought that goes into taking a photo than just pointing the camera and pushing a button. With every photo, you're telling a story, and it is the photographer's choice on how they want to portray that. Martin Chico is using her photography as a way to educate and bring awareness to things and lifestyles that many people in different parts of the world may not be aware of. I think Catalina Martin Chico did an amazing job at telling the story through this photo.